Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I have a very cute, very fun DIY video for you today. I've done this DIY for the past few years, but I think I have mastered it and I'm going to show you my technique on how I put these together. I'm telling you, this will be the best technique you will find on the internet. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below. Subscribe, turn on that little notifications bell so you're notified when I post new videos. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I am making these adorable mini storybooks that are going to be turned into charms for one of my Patreon projects that I'm working on this month. Now, how stinking cute are these? They actually have the real little golden book spines on them. I just think these are so cute, and these are the best ones that I've done so far. I've been making these, like I said, for the past 2 or 3 years now. I've been doing kind of different techniques every time I make them. When I first started out, I was using actual real pages with them, but I found that the real pages, would tear or bend, or, they just started looking kind of gringy after a while, especially if it was a charm. So I wanted to do something a little bit sturdier. These are hard. They are actually made on a chipboard backing, and I'm going to show you what I use to make these. I'm going to show you how I attached the real little golden book spines, but I have a whole bunch of them here, so we're just going to show you the whole process from start to finish. All right, so there's a few bits of supplies that you're going to need to create this project. The first thing is you're going to need a straight edge ruler. I like to use this stainless steel metal ruler. This one works really good when cutting along the edge. If you have a cutter that's really heavy duty, you could use that as well, but I find that this one is a little bit better because we're working with such small items. I like to have a nice precise cut. So a nice metal ruler, and then a nice little craft knife. I love these. You can get them at Dollar Tree. You can order them on Amazon. I use these all the time. So a nice craft knife, and then a nice sharp pair of scissors. And then for glue today, I'm going to use the Oohoo glue stick. I've used these all the time in crafting. This is my favorite glue stick. I will link anything I can link in the description of this video to help you find it easier. And then I'm also using some Fabrifix glue as well, another all-time favorite for paper crafting. Okay, then in addition to these kind of regular supplies, I have some other supplies. Obviously, you're going to need a digital. So I have this digital right here, which is the one that I am using in my project. I will post this over on my Patreon page. If you are a Patreon member, these will be available to purchase in my collections section of my Patreon page. So it is a digital with 12 different storybook images and then 12 backs, and it's going to be on all one sheet. The size of each one of these, when you print it out, now you can adjust the size depending on your printer, but it's about 1 3/4 inches long by just under 1.5 inches wide for the size on each one of these little storybooks. Okay, so this will be available, like I said, over on my Patreon, so you can hop on over there. If you are not a member yet, you can become a member for free. I also have paid tiered membership levels, so you can just check it all out while you're there. Now, what I'm using for the core of my little books here, now these ones you can see have not gotten the spine attached to them yet, but what I'm using for the core is actual little golden book covers. So I'm working on a project where I am making a different style journal than what I normally do with my little golden books. I actually purchased a grouping of little golden books that are new little golden books, but they are of retro stories. Now, this one is a new version of the little golden books. I am using the new version, and if you want to be able to reuse the gold spine, you have to get a new golden book. You can't use the old ones. The old ones are stapled in, the new ones are glued in. So I purchased a whole collection of newer little golden books. I actually got a few of them from Disney. Disney offers some really cute ones, and I wanted to do a few different projects. So all of the little golden books that I am using for this project, or the little golden book that I'm using for this project, is a new back cover right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to disassemble a new little golden book so that you can use it for your other projects. So to get started, like I said, I have a new little golden book. What I'm doing is I'm opening up the front cover. Now this is brand new. It doesn't even have a crease in the front and back cover. So I'm just kind of folding these front and back covers open like this. And then once you get it open, you can slightly pull. We're gonna take our straight edge and right along the crease of our book, we're going to just line up that straight edge, and with our crafting knife, make sure it's nice and sharp. We're just gonna make one quick pass. Actually might two just in case, just to separate the cover from the spine. So again, I'm gonna set this aside, not using it. And now we've got a spine here, and we're gonna do this same thing with the back cover. Just along the crease with your flat edge, just gonna cut that right off. All right, so here's your back cover. Again, you could use this for the back of a journal, whatever. I'm gonna show you how to cut these into strips and use these. But then I have this spine right here, and this is what we're gonna be working with to create these real little mini spines for our mini books. Okay, so now I'm going to take my digital that I printed out, and I'm just gonna take my straight edge and I'm just going to cut this out quickly. All right, so I've gone ahead and cut out the covers all on one sheet from my digital that I printed. I did not cut out the backs yet because the backs I'm gonna do individually after. But it's easy if you just cut out the front covers. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my back cover to my little golden book that I cut off. And it doesn't matter which side you glue this to. I'm gonna take some of my Oohoo glue stick and then cover this whole page of covers with the Oohoo glue stick. So again, I'm just making sure that my edges are really well glued up because I don't want them peeling. And this glue stick is actually a really good glue stick. It's a nice permanent hold glue stick, so it should stick really well. All right, so once you get a good coating of that glue stick on your cover sheet right here, I'm gonna take my back cover and I'm gonna, as you can see, I cut with my straight edge, I cut along the edge of these books and along the edge of the bottom books. And then I'm just going to line that up as best as I can with the corner of my little golden book. And then we'll just go ahead and press that down so that it sticks nicely. And as you can see, now those little golden books are stuck onto my back cover. Now, like I said, you could do, it doesn't matter which side you stick it to because you're going to be sticking the back covers to the opposite side, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, so now once that's stuck on there, now I'm going to go back and take my flat edge or my straight edge, and right along the line of my miniatures, I'm going to go ahead and take my knife and cut very carefully right through that chipboard back cover. You do need to make a few passes with this because it is on the thicker side, but as you can see, you'll get a nice straight cut. So I'm going to do this all the way around, and then I'm going to cut out all the individual covers. So I'm going to have multiple little books like this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. You don't have to watch me. All right, so I have all my little covers to my books attached to the back of the original book. And they're all cut out. So I have a bunch of them right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out all of my back covers, and just like I did with my front covers, I'm going to glue them individually on to the back of each one of the front cover. So the back cover is just going to go on the back like that. So I'll get all of those cut and glued. And again, I am just using my craft knife and my straight edge. I find that this is the easiest way to do this. I mean, you definitely can use your cutters if you have a good cutter, because this is just cardstock that I ended up printing these on. But when I'm doing a craft like this, I just like to use my straight edge and cutter because it gives a nice, clean, easy cut. So that's what I'm going to do, cut all of these out. And then we'll start gluing them again with my Oohoo glue stick right onto the backs of each one of our little books. All right, so as you can see, I'm starting to glue my backs on to my little book covers or my little book fronts. And again, I'm just using little pieces of sticky notes. I stick it down to my cutting board. I will take my glue stick and kind of just rub it over the back so I get all the corners, and then flip it up and make sure it's going the right way, and just glue it right on to the back of my little mini golden book covers. All right, so again, just making sure that those corners are pushed down nice and evenly. And I'm going to go ahead and finish all of these up, and then we'll show you what I do next. So if you look carefully, you will see that here's the whole spine. You'll see that there are two little kind of like chipboard pieces underneath this spine, and it's just to kind of give this sticker some structure. So if you take your finger really carefully and run it down the edge. Now this is why I say you're going to want one of the new little golden books, not the older ones that have the staples. Most all of the new ones don't have the staples. They just have this like sticky spine. But you can peel off this, as you can see, you can peel off this spine from those two little chipboard plates that go underneath the gold foiling. All right, there we go. So I have a nice straight piece of the little golden book spine, and perfect intact. And right down the center right here is like a sticky strip. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to just fold this inside out. So just fold it inside out carefully. You want to keep the sticky strip on the side. I'm just going to kind of just pull this out again. I want to just fold this inside out just like that because it's going to make it easier to cut. All right, so I'm just pressing it down. So as you can see, I folded it inside out. The gold foiling is on the inside now, and then that backer with the sticky is on the outside. I'm going to take my straight edge, and only about I don't know, not even a 1/4 of an inch, maybe just slightly under a 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to make a cut, and I want to keep this sticky part attached. So again, just making a little cut all the way down. So now I've cut off a good amount of the gold, and it's left me with just a little strip with that sticky strip on the inside, and that's what I want. Okay, so again, keeping it folded over in half like this, I'm going to take one of my little books as a guide, and I'm just going to hold it up next to that sticky backing, make sure it's even on the end, and with some sharp scissors, I'm just going to cut this off so it's the same length as my book. So now it will give me the perfect size golden spine. as my book. Okay, so opening it back up, this is where my Fabrifix is going to come in. I'm going to use some of the Fabrifix for this. And we're going to attach the Fabrifix right on the inside of that little golden book spine. Just like that. We're going to place our book where the normal spine would be, right on that little golden book spine, and just wrap it around. Now what I like to do, I hope you can see this, I like to make sure that it's even on one side as it is on the other. So, and then I'll just kind of push that glue right down in, check the other side, make sure the other side is even. You want the same amount of golden book spine on both front and back. And then I'm just pushing it down, and this glue sticks pretty quickly. So there you have the little golden spine on your miniature little golden book. So again, I'm going to continue to do this for the rest of these. You can get about 4 spines or 4 books done with 1 spine. So you probably will need multiple little golden book spines, but if you save all of your pieces, scraps from other books or journals, you can use them for this project.